So, welcome to the session. We are resuming from page 21. है ना, पेज 21 तक हमने पढ़ा था. अब we let us resume from there. We had done the first two sutras. Let's start from the third sutra. The light is always there. How much light comes in depends on you. देखिए, ये जो लाइट की बात हो रही है ना, दिस लाइट दैट इज बीइंग मेंशन्ड हियर, दिस इज नॉट आवर फिजिकल लाइट दैट enables us to see things, objects in the world. Here we are talking about spiritual light. And this light, is if you remember, I think on page 10 or 11. Ah, page 11 में there was a sutra. The soul is basically light traveling at high speed in all direction. So we are talking about the light of the soul. We are talking about the light. Light can also refer to Supreme God. So the important, यहाँ पे जो महत्वपूर्ण बात बताई जा रही है वो ये है कि प्रकाश तो हमेशा है. The light is always there. It depends on us how much light we get. So कहने का मतलब, spiritual development, our spiritual development is in our hands. It is, we are responsible for it. It only depends on us. It is not dependent on external factors. We cannot blame, oh, my husband is like that, my bacha is like that, my daughter is like that, my friend is like that. That is why I'm not developing spiritually. No, the light is always there. How much comes to us, how much comes into us depends on us and on us only. And remember, when we are talking about light here, we are talking about the light that is, essentially from God, but coming through the higher soul. And it is omnipresent. Omnipresent, समझते हैं, सब जगह. It सर्वव्यापी. It is always and everywhere present. You can progress spiritually in your house, in your office, in this, in that. Everywhere there is opportunity to progress. And just a reminder, how does it come down? It comes in through the spiritual cord. And if you remember spiritual cord in the Indian system, there is the descending cord, जिसको बोलते हैं सूत्रात्मा. And then there is the antakarana, which we have to develop. That is what, this is the secret that Master Choa has revealed, कि हमें अंतकरणा को डेवलप करना है. एंड इसको हर लाइफ टाइम में डेवलप करना पड़ता है. Every lifetime we have to start developing it again. Of course, if you have already developed to some extent in previous lifetime, it is easier to come back to that same level. But to go beyond that is the purpose of this lifetime. So in the soul book, the Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul book, there I would refer you to chapter number 14, 1-4. है ना, उसको पढ़िए. उसमें ये आपको बहुत अच्छे से मास्टर ने समझाया है. All right, let's move forward. Through meditation, your chakras are stimulated. Stimulated means मतलब they become energized, और बड़े हो जाते हैं. Stimulate से मतलब होता है to activate. Your chakras are stimulated to bigger sizes. The stimulated sizes of the chakras are different from the functional sizes. Through your work or service, the stimulated size of the chakras become functional. So what are you going to do? Sit around and admire your big chakras? So one thing that Master is telling us from this sutra is he's telling us that when you do meditation, chakra size will increase, at least temporarily. है ना, स्टिमुलेटेड साइज, टेम्पररी साइज. अभी जब मेडिटेशन किया उसके बाद देखेंगे थोड़ी देर के लिए इट इज मच बिगर. इट इज बिकॉज इट इज अ स्टिमुलेटेड साइज. नाउ व्हाट इज फंक्शनल साइज? दैट इज द साइज एट रेस्ट और इन द नॉर्मल कंडीशन, व्हेन यू हैव नॉट डन मेडिटेशन. है ना, व्हेन यू हैव नॉट डन स्पिरिचुअल प्रैक्टिस, व्हेन यू आर एंगेज्ड इन योर डेली एक्टिविटी, व्हाट इज द साइज? That is what is the functional size. Now, usually, I mean, obviously, for almost all of us, the stimulated size is much bigger than the functional size. Functional size का अगर आपको याद हो, एडवांस प्राणिक हीलिंग बुक, आई थिंक पेज 34 or 35 or something like that, Master has talked about the average size of chakras. So that is similar to the function, what we are calling the functional size. Now the thing is, when we do work or service, the stimulated, you see what happens is it's something like this. जब हम meditation करते हैं तो a lot of divine energy flows in, chakras become bigger. But after some time, they will come back to the functional size. Now, what the secret master is revealing is that through work or service, the stimulated size of the chakras become functional. Or in other words, जो functional size है वो बढ़ने लगता है. कैसे? By through our work, through what we do in the world, through our karma, through our especially service. So जैसे कि you will go to, you see, just you eat a lot of nutritious food, you eat a lot of protein, but are your muscles getting built up? No. For that, you still have to do exercise. You have to go to the gym. Similarly, what Master is telling us is कि आपने meditation किया, lot of spiritual energy has come in, but it is not becoming physicalized. It is not becoming accepted by your, it is not increasing the permanent or the normal size of your chakras. It is there, and after some time it flows out. What do you have to do? Like you go to the gym, you convert the nutritious food you have eaten into muscles. Similarly, service is the exercise that builds our spiritual muscles, which physicalizes the spiritual energy. You see, these are very rare and unique and very valuable teachings that we get from Master Choa. Otherwise, what will happen if you don't use it in service? It can get lost or wasted. Many times I get people who come to me for healing, and when I scan them, they've gone through all the medical tests, and there is, medical tests have found nothing wrong with them. Nothing, absolutely everything is clear, but they are having difficulty. Now, when they come and I scan them and I, see the intuition I get and the advice I give them is, you are doing a lot of spiritual practices, because their aura is like this. Their upper chakras are very big and lower chakras are very small. Now, what it tells you, spiritual energy coming in, but it is not flowing out. It is not being physicalized. उसके क्योंकि वो सर्विस नहीं कर रहे हैं, कोई सेवा नहीं कर रहे हैं. So I tell them, please take up some service activity. If not every day, at least alternate day, do something. They may be donating money, but I tell them, no, you must do something. You must, not instead of, but just giving money to, let us say, an orphanage, you go there and ask them, how can I be of service? Work for the children, do something. So, and some of them don't take my advice, but some of them follow it, and then they seem to benefit also. Yeah. So that is what it is. And I have been using this Kirlian camera. Do you remember in the basic pranic healing book, Ancient Science and Art, Master has given some images, GDB camera. So I have purchased that camera and I've been using that. And that also gives us the functional size of the aura, the chakras, the organs, and so on. So if some of you are interested, you can contact me and you can come and get your scan done for that. All right, let's move on. Tamasic people don't do service.
Sir, where did you get the camera from?
I'm sorry?
You're talking about the camera, na? The
Yeah.
network was a little
It's
broken.
made by a group in Russia. So they had a dealer here, and I bought it from the dealer.
Oh, great. So, how much is the cost? Is it expensive?
Yes, it is expensive. I think it's about 2.5 lakhs now.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. But great, you have it.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Yes, I use it for doing my attitude is more of a, what should I say, student. So I use it to
Experimental, sir.
study the phenomena. All right, let's move on, please. Tamasic people don't do service. Sattvic people only want to meditate. Rajasic people make a difference in the world. Now, I hope you are aware of these terms, sattva, tamasa, and rajasa. These are terms, very much used in Indian scriptures. These are Sanskrit terms, especially, for example, in the Bhagavad Gita, in the Patanjali Yoga Sutra, and so on. These, I mean, I'm talking about these two scriptures because these are, I'm a little familiar with them. And they are a very key and foundational concepts in the Indian system. Now, Master Choa has also, he's not talked a lot about them, but he's talked about them and he has provided a energy-based explanation to these three entities or these three types of energies. So, a little bit of background. Master has given a theory on how the manifest universe has been created. ये जो सृष्टि का निर्माण हुआ है वो कैसे हुआ है? So उसके लिए I would refer you to just make a note of it and you can read it later. Existence of God is self-evident. Sutra number 26, 26. Maybe you can just note it down. Later you can look it up. Now there Master says that there is Purusha, which is pure energy with consciousness. And then there is a Mula Prakriti, which is pure matter, no energy, no consciousness. When the two combine, then this universe is created. I am not using Master's exact words, I am just giving you my own explanation. So pure matter, pure energy, they combined and we get the manifest universe. Now when you look at the manifest universe, जब आप सृष्टि में कोई भी चीज को देखते हैं, it what we are seeing, everything has both matter and energy. Both matter and energy. If you look at this glass, matter and energy. The glass has water, water has matter and energy. If you look at the phone, if you look at my body, if you look at my any organ in the body, if you look at the air, if you look at anything in the manifest universe, ये जो हमारी सृष्टि है, इसमें हर कण में, हर वस्तु में ये दो चीजों के मिलन है. There is मूल प्रकृति, which means matter with no energy, no consciousness. It has combined with pure energy with consciousness. है ना? There are things which have lower consciousness. जैसे for example, this piece of metal, very low consciousness. But for example, our thought forms, they have high degree of consciousness or energy, less amount of matter. So my point is, everything is a combination of these two. Now, when you say this is now everything is matter which has been energized, one है जिसमें energy चली गई है, then that energy we always know has three aspects. This is divine energy, right? It has three aspects. What are the three aspects? Light, love, and power. Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, like we say in the Indian system. Now, in the Inner Secrets of Hinduism Revealed, Inner Teachings of Hinduism Revealed book, Master has talked about this. Again, note it down, page 99. Just read up on this. Master has explained this concept of sattva, tamasa, and rajasa from the energy point of view. Okay, it's very, very good explanation. So anyway, now that is what Master has talked about here. People who are tamasic. Now, tamasic energy is of energy of inertia, energy of stability. So he says they don't want to do service. Sometimes tamasic people are also called lazy people. But that is, everything has positive and negative aspect. So tamasic people, Master says, they don't want to do service. Sattvic people only want to meditate, because the energy of sattva is to stay in that sattvic energy. And rajasic people, these are people of action. So these are the people who make a difference in the world. They get things done. They will do things. Like Master Choa himself was very rajasic. I mean, of course, all qualities are there, but he was, you can say, very willful. Right? I hope you are making sense out of this. Okay, let's move on. Page 22. Purification is necessary in achieving calmness and stillness. If you want tremendous spiritual energy to pass through the body, you must purify. Now, in this entire section, which has started here and which will go up to the end of the next page, we are going to talk about meditation in energetic terms, how to maximize the energy, how to avoid problems and things like that, because when we do meditation, a lot of energy comes down. So what is the way to maximize that? What is the way to minimize problems? Because too much energy can cause problems also. So in this sutra, what master is explaining, the two very, very important reasons that we must purify. Why purification must be practiced along with our meditation practice. Number one, what he's telling us, without purification, calmness, stillness of the mind, calmness, stillness of the body, very difficult. And if you don't have a calm mind, if you don't have a calm body, if you are not able to have stillness of mind and body during meditation, your meditation will not be so effective. I hope we have all been there. You can relate to what I'm saying, कि जब तक आपके दिमाग में और शरीर में शांति और स्थिरता नहीं होगी, आपका मेडिटेशन बहुत बढ़िया नहीं होगा. Correct? Second thing, important reason master is giving, that if your body, if you do purification, you will have a tremendous quantity of spiritual energy that will come down. If you want tremendous spiritual energy to pass, you must purify. Yeah. Now, when we talk about purification, master has talked about it at least two levels. One is physical purification. Physical purification is given us the exercises and the breathing exercises and so on. And for the inner purification, that he has given us the entire system of character development. So in the erratic system, of course, that is very, very important. But also to all pranic healers, in the last, I think, topic in the basic pranic healing book is about character development, inner reflection, firm resolution, and so on. So that is very, very important. And if you look at Patanjali Yoga Sutra, there also it starts off, he's got 8 limbs. उन्होंने बोला कि योग को हासिल करने के लिए you need 8 limbs. Now the first 3 limbs, I'm sorry, the first 4 limbs are essentially similar to what Master has given for purification. क्या है पहला वाला? यम. Second, niyam, which is basically yam and niyam is covering the character development. And third is asan, 4 is pranayam, which means physical exercise, pranayam. So you can see that Master Choa and Patanjali, Rishi Patanjali, or some people call him Bhagwan Patanjali, they are coming to the same place, or they are giving us the same techniques. Right? So very important. People in general are psychologically constipated. Before you do meditation, you must do cleansing to minimize psychological catharsis. So constipation word you understand. What is psychological constipation? You see, we are, I mean, this is very common for all of us. None of us are able to express our thoughts and emotions to 100%. Some thoughts and emotions, just out of social consideration, out of respect for people and so on, we do not express. So when these unexpressed thoughts and emotions build up, what master calls pent up thoughts and emotions. You remember in some of the meditation, in somewhere he says pent up thoughts and emotions. When master is talking about them, it's the same thing. He's talking about unexpressed thoughts and emotions. I often give this example. In this one Hindi movie, Amitabh Bachchan is singing to the heroine. He says, "Dil mein chupaye rakha, shole dabaye rakha." So of course, his shole, are the Valentine's Day shole, his expressions of love. He's saying that I have not expressed my love towards you. But for most of us, those shole means embers, burning coal. वो शोले जो होते हैं ना वो नेगेटिव they tend to be more negative. There's more like anger and resentment and frustration and so on. And it is there in our social system. We don't say 100% of what if we were to say 100% of every thought and emotion, then we will end up with no friends maybe and no relatives. But anyway, my point is that in some cases this can be very strong enough that we call it psychological constipation. There is a buildup of unexpressed thoughts and emotions. And when master says catharsis is when those are released. It's like you have constipation, you go to the doctor, he gives you medicine, then you have release, detoxification, purification, correct? Something like that. So, what Master is saying is meditation can cause catharsis, and that catharsis, that release, that purification can be painful sometimes. So master is saying you better clean it up. How? You know how to clean the chakras, and you know what chakras are affected. Mostly it's the solar plexus. It can be the throat, it can be the agnya, it can be the crown. So clean them. Because you see, I have seen people having very strong and painful, even violent releases. When they release, वो बहुत टाइम से दबा के रखा था, जब रिलीज हुआ तो it was very powerful, it was very painful. They are weeping, they are shouting. It's rare. Actually, Twin Hearts is very good in the sense, but in other schools that I have done, before I got into pranic healing, another school, they had a process where, when we did that process, people in the hall were shouting, somebody was screaming, somebody was sobbing, somebody was crying, all that was happening. Why? Catharsis. And it was very painful. But in pranic healing, because the first meditation we do is twin heart, so because of the loving energy, because we are letting go, we are blessing the earth and so on, so it doesn't seem to be so painful generally. But even in after their first experience of twin heart meditation, I have seen this happen to people. They have tears. They are, they are releasing their pent up emotions. So that is what Master is talking about over here. So what is the answer? First, clean, do cleansing. Okay, next
Yes,
one.
sir. Sir.
Yeah, can we do the questions at the end, please? Let me do just one more sutra.
Okay.
The capacity of the soul and its vehicle, the physical body, must be gradually developed. So, capacity for what? The capacity to handle, to download, to store, and to utilize energy, especially spiritual energy. And what is the method? Purification. And why is Master saying slowly? Because, otherwise it can be painful. Expanding capacity, especially let's say of the physical body, you can't do it overnight. It has to be done slowly. Like you go to the gym, so you start with low intensity exercises, low weights, slowly you increase. If you start from maximum, next second day you won't be in a position to go to the gym because your body will be in so much pain. Correct? Maybe we can stop here.